Okay, so we are so excited to welcome you guys. I am Caroline. I am one of your Double Diamond leaders, and I am just like, we're going to start doing these newbie trainings a lot more often just to make sure all the newbies are like on the same page, because I know when you first get started, you are all over the place and confused, and there's a lot to learn and there's a lot to figure out, and we just want to make sure that you guys like understand everything fully. So first things first, we're just gonna have Allison hop on and talk to you guys about like what's going on when you first jump in, things that you need to like go ahead and like handle and make decisions on, and just like a few of the basics. And then while she does, I'm gonna run and take my dog to his father.
Okay, so I'm just gonna start with like some of the basic things that you probably have already done, but maybe you haven't, or maybe you don't know how. So I'm going to share my screen. Oh, no, I'm not. I can't. Caroline said no. Okay, well, I'm going to find the link to eSuite, and I'm gonna share it in the chat. And I have eSuite saved as a bookmark. So it's something super easy to just click on. I literally click on it probably 5 or 6 times a day, like more if it's end of month and I'm promoting. But the first thing you'll want to do is go to eSuite, and your username is going to be your distributor ID, and then whatever password you set up. And you want to make sure that you like do all the tax stuff. Caroline, you told me I can't share my screen, so anyways, you just want to make sure you do all the tax stuff and get all that.
I'm gonna make you a co-host. Wait.
Okay.
I'll just make you the host, whatever.
Okay. Anyways, so you want to make sure you do all of that. That's where you can also like change your picture and make it all cute or whatever you want to do. So go to eSuite, do all of that. One of the other things that I always make sure that my people do is follow me. If I added you on Facebook, I make sure you follow me on Instagram, and then vice versa. So make sure that you get with your leader or whoever you signed up with, and make sure you're friends with them on both platforms, because I know for my team, I have groups on both of them. So I like my team to be in my Instagram group and my Facebook group. So make sure you do that. You also want to be in a couple of groups. So let me show that to you. So we have our Boom Squad. You want to make sure you're in this group. I will copy this link into the chat. Where'd the chat go? I don't even know. How did I get that back? Hold. Participants. How do I get the chat back so I can send that link? I've never seen this before. What is happening?
So where that little green strip that says you're screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you just like waiver.
Okay, so there's the link to the Boom Squad. If you aren't already in that, make sure you get in the Boom Squad. Literally, this thing is full of information, you guys. So on the left, obviously I'm on a computer, so if you're on your phone, it's a little different, but we have something called units. And Caroline spent a lot of time getting this all set up, and then several of us have just like added to it. But there's a unit called Newbies, and literally so much information that's going to help you like when you first start. We have a scripts unit, how-to, there's so many how-tos. Like every time I think of something, I'm like, ooh, that needs to go in the how-to unit. So that has tons of stuff. Charts, that'll be something that comes later after you get your shopping spree. Just so many different things. It's full of information. The other group that I find extremely helpful, I've been in almost 3 years and I still use this group to this day. It's called Post for Customers, and it's literally my lifeline. I mean, obviously you want to do your very, very own posts, but you can always learn by doing this. So this group is full of ideas for business posts, product posts, interactive posts, all kinds of things. And something I love about Facebook is like you can just search for things so easily, and anything that you want will pop up. So in this group, let's say you want to talk about hair, skin, and nails. So you would just go to the search bar and you would type hair and search, and tons of product posts about hair, skin, and nails will pop up. And you can just literally copy it and then change it up to sound like you, because you always, 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 always want to change it to sound like you. You never just want to straight copy and paste something, because people who actually know you will be like, that doesn't sound like her. You know what I mean? So make sure you're doing that. What else? So those are the groups that are very, very, very important to be in. There's also a YouTube video that is super helpful. Let me put that in there. So that YouTube video is just like a welcome video that is just super helpful. It's not very long, so just make sure you do that. And then this link is a link about what do you call it? First post. So the next thing you'll do is you'll make your very first post, and I always have people go to that, what do you call it? Facebook link. That links us to the group Boom Squad, and there is a thread of people's first posts. And if you'll just go through that thread, and you can read, and you'll get ideas of what you can post, kind of what you don't want to post. I never suggest putting "it works" in your very first post. Sometimes people are turned off by that, whatever. But just make your very first post. You always want to do like a selfie, or like you and your family, or you and your friends, or something that's just gonna draw people to you. So that's just kind of like the very beginning. Oh, I know something else I was going to share with you guys. I used this today, and I thought, you know what, people don't know about this. It's called myitworksproductcoach.com. You guys, this thing is so helpful. It's crazy. It's also a bookmark. So this is like a question and answer for all our products. Okay. So if today I had someone tell me that she has, what's it called? Celiac disease. And so she can't have gluten. And I was like, well, crap, I don't know anything about that. I went here and I typed in gluten, and it tells me all the things that have gluten, all the things that don't have gluten. And it just tells me all of this stuff. So I was able to answer her questions and get her the things that she needed. This is very updated, but it also has old products like our Greens Chew. We don't have those anymore. There's just some random things that they just haven't taken away, but it's so, so helpful. So if you ever have a question about a product, or like a customer or a potential customer asks you something and you're like, what the heck, I don't know. Literally, you can go here and you can type whatever. And that's so, so helpful. Am I going too fast? Does anyone have?
You're being phenomenal.
So far?
This is phenomenal.
Do y'all have questions yet? Like, if you do, type them in the chat. I will try to answer everything. Okay, I have one more thing to talk about, and that is auto ships. So whenever you sign up, the word auto ship is like a big fat X, right? Like you're super scared. You're like, well, I can't afford an auto ship. So I completely understand that. When I started, I could not afford an auto ship, but I wanted to try something. So I did at least one product every month until I was able to add 2 products or 3 products or whatever. And so to make sure that I was commission qualified, I had to make sure that I had enough of my customers' orders to equal 150 PBV. So PBV stands for personal bonus volume. Every one of our products has a volume attached to it. Hair, skin, and nails, I'm probably saying this wrong. It's like 30, maybe 33. I don't know. Anyways, 27. I was way off. I don't even know. But anyways, each one of our products has a volume amount attached to it. And you want to have either an auto ship run by yourself of 80 BV, so that means 80 volume worth of product, or you can get customer sales of 150 in volume. That is so easy to get 150 in customer sales. Especially if you get your shopping spree, like your 6 customers, like that's done. So easy. So that's nothing that I like try to stress about with newbies at the very beginning, because it's so overwhelming at first. and you don't want to be thinking that you have to spend money as well. You know what I'm saying? So like, all you got to do is get your 6 customers and you'll be commission qualified for at least 3 months, you know, because they're signing up for 3 months. And then like start building that volume and start growing your paycheck and add in products each month that you want to try. What I do is every other month I order a 4-pack of Skinny Brew, because that is, I can't remember if that's 80 volume or 100, but it's exactly what I need for my auto ship. I do that every other month. And then the other months I get my chocolate greens. I get just different stuff. Like this time I got Thermophyte XX, which I love, by the way. Holy moly, 2 days in and I like am so excited. But anyways, so every other month I do something different, and then the other months I do the Skinny Brew. So I just make sure that those are the products that I love, and I use them every single month, and I'm always commission qualified. So the way to do your auto ship, I'm going to show y'all because it can be confusing. I know that. So here's your eSuite. You're going to log in. And I know some of you may not be able to work from a computer, but it's similar on your phone, okay? So at the top of your eSuite, you have this button called Auto Ship. So you click Auto Shipment. And then over here, don't want to create a new one. So you go over here to edit and you say, yes, you do want to edit. And then here is all the ways that you can change it. Right here is your date. You can change the date. As long as it's run by the 25th of every month, you can do it whatever day works for you. I've always done it on the 16th of the month because we get paid on the 15th. And my auto ship runs from my It Works pay account. So my business is paying for my business. I'm a teacher. My teacher pay never pays for It Works. Not one penny of my teacher pay pays for my business. So I always make sure that my auto ship and my eSuite payment comes on June 16th, so the 16th of every month, and it comes straight from my pay account, okay? So you change your month here, or your day here, and then your billing information, where you want it shipped to, and then down here is where you choose your products. So next month I'm getting my Skinny Brew. So it's easy to change. You just click Change Items, and then it'll bring you to like your shopping. And I have actually learned, it might have changed, but I always add products before I delete products. If you like delete, it like messes something up. I don't know. But so you will go continue shopping, and then you just add whatever you want. I'll just pretend like I'm adding this. And then there's another very important part coming up. So I'm good with my auto ship. I'm ready. That little checkout button freaks people out. They're like, but I don't want to pay right now. But it's not you paying now. It's just the steps that you have to do. So here is your shipping. If you're very impatient, you can pay $30, but I'm not that impatient. So I never pay $30 for shipping. Anyways, you're going to click continue. After you choose which shipping method you want, then you're going to decide what way you want to pay. You want to pay with a debit card, another card. You can even link your PayPal account. Then you do your It Works Pay. That's what I do. I do just my pay account. I don't have to worry about it. Then everything's set up. But the big thing is this green auto ship button over here on the right. If you do not click that, it will not save anything, okay? So you have to click save or nothing is changed. So a lot of people change things and then they don't click save and it doesn't change. And then they're like, but I changed my eSuite. I'm like, but you didn't hit that green button. So anyways, what else? Let me look really quick in my notes. Do I need to go over anything else?
I think you just explained exactly like what people need to see, and just remember that it's your auto shipment is not required. But it is when you first sign up, there's one set up for you. So if you don't want it, you need to go to where she just showed you an eSuite and hit cancel on the current one. If you do not want it set up, you can hit orders and like place an order anytime you want. But I recommend if you're gonna order products anyway, I would just do it through an auto shipment. It's just more beneficial to you that way. But again, it's not required. You can be commission qualified the other way she talked about. And if you're confused, you just can like rewatch the recording of this. But
Yes. And yes, Chloe's right. You are commission qualified your very first month. So you don't even have to worry about that part. But some people, you know, can't afford it. So they need to know how to turn it off. So that's how you turn it off. And if y'all have any more questions, let me know. I feel like I missed something. I guess I'll hear what the other two have to say and then we'll go back.
I did want to touch on something really quick. So when you do first get started, your first goal, like we just went over a few of the like technical things that you really needed to see, like what was going on. But something that I don't know if some of you know this or not yet, but your first goal when you first sign up is to get 6 loyal customers. And I just wanted to, and that gets you your $150 shopping credit. Literally, it means like you get to go into your eSuite and go to the orders tab and place an order for $150 worth of any products that you want, as long as they're not on sale. It's like no sale items. But I wanted to explain what a loyal customer is, because you need 6 of them for your shopping spree. But we have this program. It's called our Loyal Customer Program. It's a 90-day program, and they get a huge discount for signing up for this program. I don't enroll retail customers. Like literally, like usually if I get a retail customer, it was an accident on their end. Like, so the customer agrees to choose at least one product off of your personal website that you set up when you signed up. Usually most people do like their first and last name .itworks.com. And they agree, they literally check out and click continue with auto ship, and then like a bunch of other agreeing things, and it lays it all out for them. But we also can help with your upline, your enroller, your sponsor, which is the person that your upline places you under. Like literally, we can walk you through wording it for your potential customers. But they agree to order, like when they check out, once a month for 3 months straight. And in return, they get 40% off the product. So like hair, skin, nails is retail like $60. And when they sign up as a loyal customer, they get it for only $36. You see why most people choose a loyal customer program? 60 tablets for only $36, and it's completely life-changing tablet. Like they are magical. But I can't take it too much because my roots have grown out so bad. So but anyways, this is just so like they can see their results over time, because using a product consistently for just 1 month, usually you get better results with 2 months and 3 months. Like that's why we do 90-day challenges. So this is same thing as like going to a tanning salon normally or going to the gym normally. When the longer you go, the more consistently you go, the better results you see, especially with weight loss products, because your body's getting used to it. Your body's getting used to the way, like your new way of eating. Your body's getting used to the new biotin and keratin it's taking in for your hair. You know, it's your body needs time to adjust to new products. So 3 months or longer is ideal for using our products. They're everyday products that will change your life as long as you're consistent with them. But they can use the same product each month, or they can switch up the product. They're not locked into any product as long as they have at least one. Some people will run 6, some people will keep 3, some people take 2, some take 1. Whatever products they want, as long as they get one product in once a month for 3 months, they've completed the 3-month loyal customer program. It's their choice, and they have like their account is under their control. They can log into it. They get a login. They get an email explaining like what their login ID is and everything. And if they ever can't find it, ask your upline, and we can find it in our back office and show you how to find it in your back office. And there's 2 ways you can enroll them. Just ask your upline and we can walk you through it, but it's just having them sign up on your website and then checking out themselves, or you can get their info from them, like their name, their address, their card number, which you delete it as soon as you run the order. All the info you need, like their email, everything, to sign them up as a customer so that they don't have to. A lot of older women have me do it that way. So there's different ways like we can get them signed up. You can do it in your eSuite. You can do it like by sending them your link, however you want. But like all the costs of all the products and everything, when I first started, we didn't even have like scripts for product descriptions and stuff. We hopped on our websites and we looked at what the description was on the website, and that's what I told people that the product did. Your website has everything you need, but so do the Facebook groups. So if you are looking for anything, you can go to the units tab or just go to the Facebook groups and like search a specific word like keto coffee, if you don't know how to describe it. You can either ask your upline for like what the heck it is and like how to describe it to someone, what the cost is. You can find it all on your website. Ask your upline, check the Facebook groups. Like, you have so many tools, you just have to like be willing to use them. So if you need help, utilize one of your tools in your tool bag, which is either your enroller, your upline, your website, or the Facebook groups. So yeah, the loyal customer program is literally like one product in once a month for 3 months. If they want to cancel early, this is a big deal, okay? They can't just cancel willy-nilly because they just committed to 3 months worth of product, okay? This is like all I'm gonna blab about, and I'm gonna let the other two like have their own thing. But because your first goal is 6 loyal customers, you need to know like the need to knows about being a loyal customer. When they sign up and agree to the 90-day challenge, like the 3 months of getting some product in, we discounted it almost half off for them. We're not gonna do that for nothing, okay? So if they get in it, they get it in like one time and they're like, I don't want to get it in for my second month and my third month. Like, I just wanted it one time. Well, I just explained to you that it was like, you're really nice about it. You can ask us for help, but like, you just explained to them before they purchased that they're getting almost half off because they're agreeing to the 3-month challenge. If they only wanted it one time, they would have paid retail price. So if they do cancel early, there's a $50 membership fee, and no one pays it because we have products that are $25 and most people would much rather get in a $25 product rather than pay $50 for nothing. So if you ever have any like difficulties or need help explaining it, we have ways to explain the program very simply without overcomplicating it and where it makes sense to your potential customer. Just ask us for help, okay? Like, if you're talking to someone, please communicate with us, because that's the best way we can help you. Like, come to us, be like, hey, how do I, like, how much does this cost? How do I tell them about the loyal customer program? Like, because you need loyal customers for your shopping spree. So I hope that made sense. That was just like my 2 cents for now, unless something else pops in my head. But I guess we can go ahead and let, I think Haley wanted to go next. So we'll let Haley have at it. You should be able to unmute yourself.
Am I muted? Okay, so I wanted to talk about trusting your leaders and communicating with them. It's literally a thing that you must do. There's no question about it. When you joined, you trusted them enough to say, okay, she's going to train me, she's going to do this. So let them do it. When they tell you something, it's for a reason. They've been in your shoes, they understand what you're going through, and they just want to help you, which is why whenever you get to the messaging stage, which is why we ask for screenshots of conversations so we can help you make sure you're saying the right things so you can get your customers right away. Also, same thing about that with communication. Make sure you're asking questions. If you're confused about something, don't just go into it with what you think you know, because it might be the wrong thing and it'll kind of like mess you up in the long run, and you don't want that to happen. But also, just letting them know whether you have any problems with anything, like enrollments or something. They can help you with anything. See Zooms, tell you what to do, how to do it. You just have to be willing to let them know. I know when I was new, I had an issue with that. I didn't really vocalize as much as I should, which is a big thing. So I'm about to get personal for a minute. Okay, so I remember when I first joined, I joined in January, and I came in and I was pumped, I was ready, and I was excited. And I got to my first month and I was signing all these customers. The second month came and I didn't sign not one LC, not one DT. And of course I was like discouraged, but I was like, well, my first month was so good. What's the point of just giving up and quitting at this point? And I was like, I know something's gonna happen, because like my grandma always used to tell me, if something is hard, that means something big is gonna come right after it. So I stayed consistent and I did everything. Literally the month after, I was the top sample seller. Last month, I went Ruby. Just imagine if I would have quit at that moment and gave up, that I wouldn't have gone as far as I did. I'd have still been broken bitter.
Hold on. Did you hear that? She said if I had given up, I would have still been broken bitter. First of all, emphasis on the broken bitter part. Literally, like, you come into this business usually broken bitter. This business helps you be way less bitter, like a lot more positive, because you're surrounded by other positive people and it's infectious. And we teach personal development, and we will get into that. I'm sure one of them too, Chloe or Haley, will go off preaching, probably both of them. But like, we help with the positivity, so the bitterness, yeah, and then if you stick with it, the brokenness will go away too. But I needed to toot her horn real quick. Miss Haley, you guys, I really want to emphasize this, made hundreds of dollars cash, not waiting for a paycheck from at work. She made hundreds of dollars cash. And what was it, your third month?
Yeah.
In, I guess, March, because she joined in January. It works out of hundreds of thousands of distributors, ran a contest to see who could send out the most Skinny Brew samples from their It Works sample app, and Haley sold so freaking many. She was in like the top, I don't know, was it top 100, top 10?
It was like, I was like 46.
She was like number 46 in hundreds of thousands of distributors. And it doesn't even, like, it's literally including the people who make $100,000 a month. She was included in those kinds of people, okay? For third month. I'm tooting her horn because she's not going to do it for herself. Hundreds of dollars cash, and she got recognized, like, for being a top sample seller. Third month, even though her second month was like not the best. My internet connection's going out. But even though her second month wasn't the best, her third month was the bomb diggity. And then she went to the beach with her boyfriend because she was real. So I just wanted to like toot your horn for a second.
Okay. Another thing I wanted to say is stay excited. Have that enthusiasm all the way throughout, even if you feel like nothing's happening. Stay excited no matter what, because it's so easy to get out of that excitement moment and get into that discouragement mode. And then you think, well, I can't do this because I can't sign anybody and nobody's telling me yes, and it's only been 3 days. You just have to be consistent and listen to what your leaders are telling you, and you have to go full in. You can't like dip your toe in to see if the water's warm or not. You have to go full in. And you say you want to enroll all of these customers, but then when you're doing everything, but you're not doing it all the way, and then you're like, well, nobody's reaching out to me, and then you're ready to quit and throw in the towel. I mean, what if you would have quit, and the next day would have been like the biggest day you could have had ever in your life, but you would have known that because you ended up quitting. So it's best to stay and respect the process, listen to your leaders, do everything that they tell you because they're here for a reason, and you just have to trust them. That's it.
I love it. Like, literally, just please talk to us. Sometimes, like, when you don't talk to us, like, we're nervous to like reach out to you because we don't know if you like hate us or not. So that's just me, honestly. It's not everybody else, but I feel like you hate me if you don't come to me, and like, I'm awkward about coming to you like, hey, what's up? So communicate with your leaders because we love you. We just don't know if you love us yet. Chloe, you can go ahead and go.
Hi. So I'm also going to preach a little about consistency and also kind of make it personal. So woo. So Caroline's excited. So the one thing I wanted to talk about consistency is because I've had personal experience. So when your leaders are telling you something, when your leaders are telling you to be consistent, it's because they've been there and they know. Like when I first started, people were like, oh, do personal development, be consistent. And I was like, yeah, like, sure, you're saying that because you have something like special, or like you're up in the top of the company, so whatever. And then I got consistent, and then I realized that was the truth. So I'm here to tell you that your leaders are telling you things for a reason, so just trust us. And I'm gonna kind of piggyback off oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna kind of piggyback off what Haley said, because it's actually in my notes. But don't give up on yourself on like day 2 or week 2 or week 3 because you're like, oh, I'm not signing anyone. Like, y'all, if y'all have signed, if you're new and you have signed more than one customer in your first month, congratulations, you have signed more customers than I did in my first month. I signed a singular customer my first month. I didn't get my shopping spree. I didn't get all of that, but now like we're going diamond. So like yeah. So it's like it's all about consistency. Like don't sell yourself short. Don't give up on yourself. Don't quit. And this is an example I thought of today. But like think about the people who are like say the top rank of the company. Think about people who are in the millionaires club, because yes, it works as a millionaires club of people who have made $1 million with this business. All the people that have bought a car, bought a house, like all of the things that people have done. What if one of those top leaders, or what if one of us, or what if someone in the millionaires club decided on like day 2 or week 2, they're like, dang, I'm just not signing, like I'm not immediately successful, I'm not signing all these customers overnight, like it just must not be for me. Y'all, they would have missed out on like $1 million. Like what? So that's why, like, I'm just like, I just thought about that and I was like, what if? Like, and personally, like, what if I decided that, like, when I wasn't really working or when my business was slow or whatever, what if I had decided, like, dang, it just might not be for me? Y'all, I would have missed out on so much. Like, it's just crazy to me how much potential I see in people who then like 2 days in are like, I just can't do it, like I quit. And I'm like, what, like you just missed out on so much. Like what if you had actually like decided to stick with it? Like that's one of the most important parts, is just you have to like stick with it. Like don't give up on yourself. Don't decide to like quit because you're not like top rank overnight. Okay, like I promise with consistency you will get there. If you are listening to your leaders, if you are doing your dailies, marking off all of your dailies, you will get there. You will be successful. You just have to continue to do them. So like give yourself a little grace too. And that's what I said, because I'm like one of those people, like I'm super red and super green and I'm very hard on myself. So like if I'm not like enrolling a lot, if I'm not like doing this, if something's not working for me, I'm super hard on myself about it. And I've just kind of had to learn that you have to give yourself a little grace, because don't beat yourself up to the point of quitting. Like if you're like, oh, I haven't got my shopping spree in like 2 days, like it's okay. Like it's fine. You're good. As long as you're continuing to communicate with your leader, as long as you're continuing to put in that work and like do your dailies, like you're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine. You just have to like keep doing the things. And I also wanted to talk about this, and this comes with an example, but a lot of the people that I enroll, whether it be customers or distributors, come from one post or come from one message or one reach out. And Haley kind of mentioned this, and I was like really excited to piggyback off of it because it was also in my notes. But it's so important that like you do your dailies every day. Because if you don't do your dailies one day, if you don't post one day, what if your next like big leader on your team would have come from that post, or your next customer would have come from that post or that message? So I'm sure like you've heard, if new people may or may not, but you've probably heard of host to post. If not, your leader will teach you those like pretty soon. But host to post are incredible. I literally went Ruby last month off of host to post, like host to post and mindset. That's all you promote. But I remember last month I was getting up anywhere from 10 to 20 host to posts a day. Like I was all host to post, and I was doing it. So like near the end of the month, so it had been a straight week of me doing anywhere from 10 to 20 host to post a day. So that is at least 70 host to post that week. Like bare minimum, I got up 70 host to posts in a week. And then none of them got comments. None of them. I had not signed a customer. I had not signed a distributor. One of them might have gotten like 4 comments. Like that's where I was. And I was so frustrated because I was like, I've gotten up so many, like what's going on? I can't get comments on any of these. Nobody's enrolling. And so the next day came around, week 2, and I could have decided like, hey, I'm not going to do host to post because like they're just not working for me. The host to post I put up that day got over 150 comments, and I had signed 6 or 7 customers from it the next day. So that's just to say, like, if something isn't like, if you feel like something's not working, if you're doing all these host to posts every day and you're like, I'm not getting anybody, just wait. Just keep doing them and wait. Because if I had given up that day, like if I had said, hey, I have not gotten anyone from any host to post this week, and if I had given up and not done host to post that next day because I didn't feel like it, because I was not enrolling from it, I would have missed out on like over 100 new potential customers. Like, and those 6 or 7 that I signed that helped me go Ruby. So like, my biggest, like, and I preach on this, and I'm trying, like, not to be too preachy because I'm like real red and real green, okay? But like preaching, but I could preach all day. So my biggest thing is don't give up on yourself and just be consistent. Like, just trust that, like, your leader knows we've been there. We've been in your shoes. We've clicked the submit button and been scared. Like, we know how you feel. So just trust us, come to us. If you're not communicating with us, we think you're not working. Like, if you're not coming to us, we're like, where is this person? Like, what's happening? So just come to your leaders, trust us, communicate, and just don't give up on yourself. Because I promise you, if you're like thinking that like, oh, I'm not successful, like I'm not signing 800 customers like in my first week, like it will get there. You just have to like trust yourself and keep going and do the things every single day. And I promise you, you will get there. Coming from someone who has been consistent and not been consistent, just be consistent. That's all it is. Anyway, that's my preaching.
I just like to say I'm really proud of them. They've been really stepping in the leadership lately. Haley and Chloe, and they went Ruby last month, and they're literally going to be Diamond the next month. And if you don't know what Diamond is yet, it's the full-time income rank. And I'm so proud of them, and I'm so thankful for Allison for hopping on too, because she's an actual teacher, and she just does the explaining stuff so freaking well. But I wanted to touch on, what Chloe said about the Millionaires Club. Like, making $1 million is nowhere on your radar usually when you sign up. You're normally like, I just want $10 in my gas tank. Okay, let me tell you something. So Allison, I'll hop back to you, but our CEO, Mark Pentecost is his name. His daughter is named Cammie Pentecost. Cammie said no to being a distributor for It Works, her father's company. She said no for 6 years, I think. I think it was 6 years. It took her, I forgot how long for her first customer, but it was a hot minute. And then it took her 6 months to sign her first team member. And it took a really long time after that for her to even promote to her first rank. And then she became the first ever Black Diamond of the company, which is averaging $100,000 monthly in commissions straight for 6 months or more. It took her a really long time to see success, but because she stuck it out and was like, just wait, she started making that much. But what if she was like, wow, this isn't working out for me. It's been 6 months and nobody wants to join my team. I would probably quit. It took me 2 months to sign my first team member, and that's still a long time to a lot of people. Some people quit if they don't sign a team member in their first month. And it breaks my heart. So don't break my heart. If you're on here, if you're watching the recording, don't break my heart. Anyway, Allison said she has something else. You can unmute yourself.
So I'm just all the logistics of everything. I'm not the heart and the consistency. I'm here's just the things, just do them. So I have something because this literally just happened to one of my distributors, and it's something I never ever think about. But when you're signing up loyal customers, they cannot have the same address as you or another loyal customer because they will not count as a loyal customer. My girl, Amber, we were just talking. She was on here. I don't know where she went. Anyways, she got her 6 customers. She got more than 6 or whatever. And we've been waiting for a shopping spree to come up, and it's not coming. I just went through and checked all of her customers, all the addresses, and it's either her mom or her mother-in-law has the same address as her. And that's fine. We can work around it, but as your leaders, we need to know stuff like that so we can help you figure out how to enter it correctly. So if you do have the same address as somebody, you know how it says address line 2, you can put, correct me, Caroline, room 2 or unit 2 or something similar to that, to where it looks physically different. Does that make sense? It's just something silly. I don't understand why, but it is something that will hold you back from getting qualified loyal customers. So, but now she got her customer, so we're good. She got a shopping spree now. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So another thing, whenever they were talking about listening to your leaders, I'm going to call my friend Lainey out. She's not on here, but I'm gonna call her out. So for the longest time, I was teaching Lainey how to, and this is for y'all in the future, but how to move customers to team members underneath her so that she can fill volume and go Ruby. And she thought I was doing it like for myself. Like she thought I was telling her to do that to benefit me. Someone else in the company told her, Lainey, if you do that, you're going to be making more money that way than doing it your way. And it was like a light bulb, hearing it from somebody else and like seeing it laid out in front of her, that I wasn't doing it for my benefit, I was doing it for her benefit. So if your leaders are telling you to do something, you can ask questions, like ask why, like, why am I doing that? So you can learn, because eventually you're going to be that leader and you're going to want to teach your people. But don't just like flat out ignore your leaders because you're not going to grow your paycheck and they're just trying to help you. So that's my soapbox. Lainey, I love you.
We might go over a little bit in time, but I'm not worried about it. Tiffany, if you already have someone that signed up as a loyal customer with the same address, you can't really take it back. Sorry, like my lashes are flopping everywhere. I got rained on. If you already have someone who signed up as a loyal customer and they have the same exact address as you, you're still gonna get like paid off of them, but they don't count as one of your 6 for your shopping spree. So like that's just that. You'll just need to go get another one to like take the place of that one. And then when we say like LC add-on, we mean like the add-on thing is like when an existing customer just goes into their account and places an extra order like outside of their auto shipment. That's what that means. But Chloe, did you say you had something else?
Yes. So this kind of is more personal along the lines of like what I was talking about like not giving up on yourself. Like Caro knows my story with this business has been ups and downs. Okay. But when I went to conference in January, so even if you're new, plan to be at conference because it's amazing. Went to conference in January, and that's when I really decided that like this business was like, this was going to be my income. This is how I'm going to pay for everything. And so I just got serious about it. And like, I'm not like, we all have fun here, but just like make sure like this is a business. So, you know, just make sure to like do your dailies every day, work like it's a business and treat it seriously, because I'm telling like it will change your life if you let it. So like Karen and some other people on here know this if you know me, but like, and I'm going to preface with, I'm not saying any of this to like brag or gloat, but I'm telling you this because I want y'all to know what this business does if you truly stick with it. Like I joined literally because I was a broke college student who couldn't afford my bills. Like I just wanted some extra money. I did theater and I wanted to be able to do theater all the time. Like I just didn't want to have to work a crappy job that I hated. And so since then, now I have all of my bills saved up at least 2 to 3 months in advance. And I have extra, and I was able to sponsor a child in Honduras last month. Like, I was excited. So, like, now I've never been able to give back. It's always been something I wanted to do, but I could never afford it. I could never tithe. Like, I could never do anything because I literally couldn't pay my bills. But now I have months of bills saved up. I have a savings account. Like, all of this stuff, like, when I move to Florida, I may stay in Florida, and I'll be able to pay for it because of this business. So, like, and I was able to sponsor a child in Honduras and give back. So I pay $39 a month to sponsor a child in another country. So like, I just want y'all to know that if you stick with it, it will do crazy things for you. Like confidence, financial, like everything. It will change everything for you. You just have to give it time to do that. Anyway, that was just me getting personal.
And you guys, what's so amazing is the feelings that it gives your leaders when they see you doing things like this. I'm gonna get so emotional. You guys, Chloe did leave for a little bit. Like she probably wasn't even gonna touch on that. Chloe joined close to when I joined, and I joined like 2 years ago, and then she quit. She quit for a while. When she came back, I cried because I was so excited. I was in shock, and she came back, and she learned like consistency is literally like what it takes. Consistency and belief in yourself and personal development. If you are confused about personal development, it is a daily on a daily 6 list, and there's a post in Boom Squad that you can search. I put a thread of a lot of different podcasts and sermons and all that kind of stuff. But personal development is just like filling up your cup, growing your mind, like just giving your mind all the goodness it needs to hear, because there's so much negativity in the world. And it's going to sound so stupid because I thought it was so stupid, but if you need any personal development like options, just ask me. It can be reading a good personal development book. You can ask us for recommendations, podcasts, YouTube videos, sermons, just anything to grow your mind. And just like you can literally come to me and be like, hey, I need a video for this topic in the business or outside of the business, and I'll like reply to you in like 0.5 seconds with like 7 videos, because I watch videos like about personal development and about the business all the time. So just make sure that you're filling up your cup, because the saying goes, you can't pour into other people if you're not pouring into yourself, and personal development is pouring into yourself. So if you have any questions, you guys, we haven't covered everything that newbies need to know on here, but we've covered a freaking lot. And I'm so glad we did this, because this has been needed for a hot minute. And I also just really, really fast wanted to say, if you ever get a negative response to someone that you sent a message to something that you posted, if someone comments something mean, if someone says something mean to you, if it's on social media whatsoever, block the message, block the profile, block their phone number if you have it. That's all you have to do. First of all, I'm so sorry that they were mean to you. But you guys, last month we promoted to the top 1% of the company, and I had to block over 1,000 people because that was the devil coming at me through different individuals on Facebook. So it's going to happen. We do something totally different from the normal. People don't understand it. Their minds can't fathom it. And someone's going to say something mean to you. So people said stuff mean to me when I was taking care of veterans. They called me an ass wiper because I was taking care of veterans. People are going to say something mean no matter what you do. So I'm so sorry ahead of time if someone ever says anything mean to you. But the best thing you can do is not say anything back, because you need to protect your business and how you look professionally. And you need to block them as soon as it comes up. Okay? That's just like my advice to you. I'm a mama bear. I get really mean and angry about that kind of stuff. I get heated, like y'all are my babies. But that's the biggest advice I can give you, is block it as soon as you see it. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. Just if anybody else has any more nuggets, you can unmute yourself.
I'll say just one more quick thing. I just want you guys to know that you just joined like number one, a fantastic company, a fantastic business that's going to give you like financial stability if you stick with it. But you also joined a crazy family. Like, I just want you guys to know that like we are a family up in here. Okay. I have made like basically all of my best friends are through this business now. Like Carol is protective. But like literally like almost all of my best friends are now literally like all of my best friends basically are now through this business. So I want you guys to know that like we are here for y'all as leaders. We are also here for y'all as friends. Like we are here just like to have a good time and to make money together, and like we all root each other on and cheer for each other. So I want you guys to know that like when you join this, you also join just a supportive group of human beings. Anyways, yes.
Well, alrighty, if that's like all we had. Thank you for saying that, Chloe. I love you guys so much. Like y'all are my nuggets, y'all are my chickens, y'all are my people. So I don't mean anything offensive by that. I just love you guys so much. So if you can't see like how proud I am of them, like right now, I'm just like, oh my chickens. Anyways, so if you need help with anything else, you guys feel free to come to me. I know there's people on here that are not in my downline. We have quite a big adopted team that's in Boom Squad. Come to me for anything. And if I don't respond to you guys within an hour, send me something else. Or like if you sent me an iMessage, you know, you can emphasize those messages. Do that. I'm the worst about responding because things get so lost. So if you need me, please tell me. And I'm sure any of the other people who spoke tonight are just as willing to help you with anything, no matter whose downline you're in, no matter like what team you're on. We are all open books and we are here to help and be your friends. So that being said, I'm going to stop the recording. Oh, Allison's the host now. She has to stop the recording.